Minister, obviously, I suppose this is legislation that's, I suppose, necessary housekeeping has been identified, and it's a constitutional requirement, and it relates to, I suppose, the mandate, the powers to ensure that money is expended. And I suppose maybe just as a general point, I think this pandemic has taught us, in terms of public spending and the role of the state, is that actually, contrary to maybe some of its critics, the state is capable of being agile, is capable of being responsive, is capable of being innovative when it is required and when the political will is there for it. Now, that's not to say that all public expenditure can be clumsy or careless, but it does, I think, provide a response to some of the critics who believe that the state is inefficient. I think that the pandemic has proven that that isn't the case, and that the role of the state is absolutely crucial. I want to just raise, I suppose, a number of areas of expenditure, and some of them I think are areas you'll be sympathetic to and indeed will potentially have been working on yourself, but I think it's important to give them an airing. Minister, you'll be aware, just from a capital side of things, of the plight that the Cork Educate Together school finds, the secondary school finds themselves in. I think we were both there when it was officially announced in 2016. It was their official launch. Their situation has been going on since then. Look, I don't need to fill you in with the details. If it had been another minister, perhaps I might. Look, we have a situation where the department is paying 90,000 a year in school transport to take students from the south side to the other side of the city. It's really, really frustrating for the school, the fact that only half a class can do art. They have to go up to Collins's Barracks for PE, or the Glen Resource Centre, no PE facilities themselves, and a lot of time lost in education because of the time spent travelling. So I really think it's vitally important. I know this isn't just about funding. Some of this, though, is about the state's ability to plan ahead, and its ability to identify where there's going to be population growth and have the work put in advance to know where a school needs to be built, to have that part of development. So I would urge you, I suppose, to continue working with Minister Foley to ensure that we can get this delivered as soon as possible and bring that nightmare to an end. The airport, I suppose I want to welcome the 13.7 additional funding for Cork Airport. I suppose what I just want to say in relation to funding for aviation is we need to be aware that the recovery is not going to happen over a year or two, but potentially 3 or 4, and that additional supports, and obviously they will need to carry their own water as well, but additional supports will be needed from the state for 3 to 4 years to allow our airports to recover. And obviously Cork Airport is so crucial to our own region. My final point I just want to very briefly raise in the last few seconds I have left. Look, the situation that was raised this morning in relation to the assessments of need, 4,000 children, and it has a huge impact not only on their quality of life, but their ability to reach their full potential. And this has been dragging on for far, far too long. And there's been so many false dawns in terms of how we address this. It urgently needs to be addressed because so many children are losing out. And, as I say, their potential is being undermined by their failure to get the assessment needs and the services that are necessary to follow it.